Hello, welcome to this class on power, part of GCSE physics and equation practice. Let's get started. So number one, recognise when to use the equation for power in questions. Number two, calculate the energy transferred in a given time period. And number three, understand how power can relate to other concepts such as efficiency. Okay, so first we need to know what power means. So the easiest definition is power is energy transferred over time. So power is given the unit in watts, energy is in joules, as it always is, and if you have the part of science as well. Time usually in seconds, so we'll talk about that. So I'm not going to convert between units with time, but the standard unit is seconds, okay? So you can recognise a question about power, because it's often quite a question people get confused of, because there's energy, power going on, it's all kind of related. But you can recognise a question is about power when it's got a time in it, okay? So example, this one probably is the more obvious one, but it's one that's not as obvious. So example, a 60-watt light bulb is left on for 10 seconds. How much energy is transferred? So we write down the equation. So I've just put it in its short form. Okay, remember power is in watts. Okay, so that's watts. Okay, that's joules. And that is usually seconds, but so this is seconds in this case, isn't it? Just to be careful, we don't get in seconds, we need to convert. Okay, so we rearrange, we multiply both sides by t, so lowercase t. Multiply both sides by that. So in physics, upper and lowercase is very important. So I always say upper and lowercase. So T times P equals E. Time was 10 seconds. Power was 60 watts. Multiply them together, we get 600 joules. So that's a very straightforward question that we could get. Okay, so we have a different one. So a radio transfers 200 joules in 5 seconds. What is the power? Okay, so again, we just write down our equation. You always write it down, always get in the habit. So power is energy over time. Okay, this time we've got a different thing. So we have to work out power. It's actually an easier question even. We don't have to even rearrange. So 200 joules divided by 5 seconds. Okay, so you can do it in our head. So if it was divided by 10, 20, so it's 40 watts. Okay. But in exams, you always have a calculator anyway, okay? So another one, a 1,000-watt microwave is left on for 2 minutes. So here we've got a question that's not in seconds. How much energy is transferred? So the first thing we'll do, we'll convert that to seconds. Okay, so first thing, for writing an equation. So 2 minutes, remember there's 60 seconds in a minute. So 60 times 2, 120 seconds. Okay, so then we can write down the usual equation. Power equals energy over time. Okay, so power this time is 1,000 watts. Okay, energy, we don't know. And then we've got a time of 120 seconds. Okay, so now we need to do with these calculations. So multiply both sides by 120. Okay, so we've got 1,000 watts times 120. Okay, so if you need to add 3 zeros onto it, so 1,000 times 120, okay, is 120,000. Let's look at the unit there. How much energy? So it's joules. Okay, so you could put that into 120 kilojoules, couldn't you? So think about ahead, we could do another question. So I haven't got that much time for right now, but another question. Another one. So this is about efficiency now. So often the exam questions, they put in efficiency as well. Okay, they don't just do one question and another question, and they'll put in two at the same time. But they're not usually very difficult. So a 2,000-watt hairdryer transfers 1,000 joules to heat every second. What is the efficiency? Okay, because already it's in per second, so 2,000. So the heat is useful, the hairdryer. Also some kinetic, we'll go for heat. So we can straight away say that one's 50%, isn't it? So it's half of the power. So that'd be like a one mark question, that one. So this one, a little bit more complex, but the same type of thing. So 100-watt light bulb transfers 20 joules per second. Okay, so that's like to catch you out, isn't it, there? As light, what is the efficiency? So watts is the same as joules per second. So it's saying 20 watts. So efficiency, remember, okay, is useful energy over total input energy. There's a different video on this if you want to watch this on efficiency I've made. Total energy in times 100%. So we can kind of see this one. You can kind of see on your head, can't you? So 100, so 20 divided by 100 times by 100% to be 20%. You kind of see that. Okay, so I'm going to end the video just now, but you can see that there'll be mixed up equations. So I've got other videos on other parts of power and energy transfer and also efficiency to watch as well. So it's a series that I've made. So thank you for listening. I hope to see you in another video very soon. Okay.